Welcome to the TheDesignAir's hottest design airlines to try in 2023. Whether you fly regularly or you've been saving up for that once-in-a-lifetime trip, here's our recommendations for airlines both big and small that bring a bit of style to the skies. Coming in at number 10 is Turkish Airlines. While a giant global player, Turkish Airlines has worked hard to elevate its passenger experience, making it a contender for any global traveller. With just 2 cabin classes, it's managed to perfect both in equal measure, from flying chefs in business class with candlelit dinners to the impressive IFE found in economy. With glamorous uniforms and epic lounges in Istanbul, the carrier really knows how to bring the glamour of travel back to the skies. Whether it's the porcelain salt and pepper pots in business class or the real plants in the bathrooms, there's plenty to love. But the uniforms for us represent an airline with a certain measure of style. In at number 9 is China Airlines. Now, this Taiwanese carrier is perhaps one of the most exciting design airlines in Asia. It's certainly not one of the world's largest, but the carrier makes a passenger experience a design journey in itself. From the dragon claw lamps in business class to the library on board, and the many iterations of persimmon wood that adorn the cabins, this is the antithesis of a mainland Chinese carrier. In Taipei, the airline's lounges are a deep, dark, sultry interpretation of a Chinese tea room. China Airlines literally have designed everything from the plates to the uniforms to the cabins and lounges. But for us, it's the playful narrative of modern and traditional Chinese and Taiwanese elements that are weaved through the passenger experience, making us notice something new every time we travel. At number 8, it's Air Tahiti Nui. One of the 2 Pacific airlines to join the list this year, this colourful, fragrant airline is like stepping foot in Tahiti as soon as you board. With design flourishes across the cabin, it's a riot of Pacific colour, with aquamarines and ocean blues flooding the cabin. Scenes of the tropical archipelago adorn the bulkheads, and the colourful uniforms add even more colourful touches. The airline is the epitome of a boutique airline, and while they are a great way to get across the Pacific, for us it's a more interesting way to get from Europe to the west coast of America, thanks to their Paris to Los Angeles route as well. While the cabin is a riot of colour, the one keepsake that's sadly not forever is the tiare flower that's given to every passenger at the start of the flight. In at number 7 is Oman Air. Often overlooked by its louder airline neighbours, this is one secret Middle Eastern gem that is certainly worth taking a look at. It's smaller, more nimble, but don't let that fool you. Many of our carriers in this list are smaller in nature. That means they have to work harder for your attention, and Oman Air has done this in heavy measure. From beautifully presented meals, sumptuous bedding, and a first class that's a culinary adventure in itself, this is a carrier that's designed to delight on every level. The gold leaf serviceware in first class might not be seen by many, but it's absolutely stunning. Referencing the mountainous backdrop of Oman, or in business class, the pyjamas are a delightful keepsake as well, and the airport in Muscat is a design marvel. In at number 6, let's say a big boola to FIJI Airways, which is our monochromatic hero in the Southern Pacific. Another small carrier with big brand ambitions, this airline has recently upped the ante further with a newly designed meal service on board. The A350 cabins are a masterclass in design, with white interiors brought to life with authentic Fijian motifs. There's something grounding about the airline, which feels more private jet than commercial carrier. The use of the Fijian motifs, brought to life by Future Brand, is a beautiful representation of the local culture, which shines in an otherwise understated cabin. Halfway through our list at number 5 is Virgin Atlantic. Now, it is still one of the most recognised design airlines in the skies. With bars and now social spaces on every single aircraft, wonder-wall walk-up bars in premium economy, and a crew who bring a smile to every flight, the airline is one for those looking for a more relaxed journey with a social, playful vibe. Its latest A350s bring a great new upper-class product, and the new A330neos also feature the Retreat Suite, a product kind of above upper, which allows a space for 2 to enjoy in relative privacy. While the in-flight product is still one of the best in the skies, we still love the airline's clubhouses, which are like the Soho houses of the airline world. At number number 4, it's Etihad. Now, it hasn't lost its edge even through a tumultuous time. The latest A350 cabin and seat products continue to excel, albeit with a little less uniqueness. That said, the new A350 seats are just uber luxe, and little details like the facets of Abu Dhabi reading lamps and wireless charging stations, this is just a seat to sink into and leave your worries behind. Paired with a new Armani Casa range of bedding and serviceware in business class, Etihad just FFS's glamour. Whether it's the new Armani Casa bedding or stunning uniforms, nothing quite beats the airline's approach to service, where crew come and serve your drink with a smile. That is, until the airline's flagship A380 returns to service later this year. In at number 3, it's CONDOR. So if holidays were an airline, they would look like this. The new image of CONDOR is certainly eye-catching. The airline won the Most Improved Airline brand at the DesignAir Awards 2022, and its bold, stripy livery caught our judges' imagination as well. The airline has also upped the ante with an impressive new interior on the A330neo fleet, with super large TV screens, funky denim-look seats in economy, and a nautical club-inspired business class that we cannot wait to try out personally in March. Stripes are 2023's QR code. They are unashamedly everywhere. The entire new image injects a new look into this much-loved German leisure brand. In some ways, it actually surpasses its larger crane-logoed competitor. In our penultimate spot at number 2, it's FINNAIR. Now, this Finnish carrier has always paved the way in Europe for that trendy, ultra-minimalistic Nordic design. From Ultima Thule glassware to Marimekko's soft and service products, there's a sense of well-balanced, trendy design, all encapsulated in a higgy blanket of deep blue, especially on their new cabins currently rolling out across the fleet. The inspirational Air Lounge is also a business class seat like no other. With no lie-flat mechanism, this is a cocoon of comfort to envelop yourself in, and it seems the critics agree that this is a comfortable, environmentally better way to fly. Now move over Noma. The dining on board is really a piece of art, from the plates to the glassware to the presentation of the food. All of this in your navy blue cocoon of happiness. And in our top spot of the 2023 list is STARLUX, perhaps our hottest ticket for you to try, which is simply oozing in design details, no matter which cabin class you travel in. From its ultra-modern first-class suites on the A350 to the all-lie-flat business class cabins on its narrow bodies, there's comfort to be found whichever seat you pick. It's not just about the pointy end though, there's even cocktails in economy. The airline even launched its A350 interior with a super luxe fashion shoot. This is one airline that isn't just design over function though. There's plenty of luxury service items to enhance the passenger experience. From branded playing cards to cocktails from the future, even the flower holder in the toilet has been designed within an inch of its life. But for us, it's a comprehensive brand. From uniforms to interiors, there's been no leaf unturned in the ambition to become one of the leading airlines of the world. Small, but perfectly formed. Well, thanks for joining this year's roundup. Which airline are you looking to try, or have you flown with another that you think we should have included? Let us know in the comments below, and if you haven't already, please do subscribe to us. We look forward to seeing you in the skies soon.